somewhere in the Pacific, a stealthy United States Navy warship is carrying new weapons that analysts say could help to tilt the balance of power in contested areas like the South China Sea. The USS Gabrielle Giffords, a sleek, speedy, low-profile littoral combat ship, left San Diego earlier this month, carrying the U.S. Navy's new Naval Strike Missile and a drone helicopter that helps aim it. The Naval Strike Missile is a sea-skimming cruise missile that is difficult to spot on radar and can maneuver to avoid enemy defenses, according to Raytheon, the main U.S. contractor for the weapon. It is paired on the Gabrielle Giffords with an MQ-8B Fire Scout helicopter drone, which is used to scout for targets. A Naval Strike Missile is launched from the littoral combat ship USS Coronado during missile testing operations off the coast of Southern California in 2014. The weapons will increase the lethality of the U.S. Navy, according to Commander John Fage, a spokesman for the U.S. Navy's Third Fleet, who confirmed their deployment. The Pentagon is building a military force that can operate on a more sustainable basis and has a better chance of fighting and surviving within the FLA's deadly anti-access area denial envelope, said RAND Corporation senior defense analyst Timothy Heath, referring to the mix of ships, aircraft and missiles amassed by China's People's Liberation Army to control parts of the Pacific. Both the US and China blame each other for the rapid militarization of the South China Sea, one of the most contested areas in the world. Multiple countries claim parts of the commerce-heavy region, but Beijing's claim is by far the most expansive, covering the majority of the sea. Since 2015, the Chinese government have attempted to back up their position through the militarization of reclaimed shoals and sandbars across the South China Sea and said that repeated US Navy exercises in the region show it is necessary for China to be able to defend its interests. In the face of heavily armed ships and military aircraft, how can we not build defense facilities? Said Chinese Defense Minister Wei Feng at the Shangri-La Dialogue in June. About the Naval Strike Missile, the Gabrielle Giffords is the first LCS to deploy with Naval Strike Missiles, but most of the ships in the growing LCS fleet, which will eventually number more than 30, are planned to be armed with them, Navy officials told a Senate Armed Services Subcommittee earlier this year. Littoral combat ships come in two variants, the tri-hulled Independence class of which the Giffords is a part, and the single-hull Freedom class. Both variants, with drafts of 15 feet or less, are designed for operations in littoral areas or the shallower waters around coastlines and islands. The Naval Strike Missile has had a relatively short time from testing to deployment by the US military. Developed by Norway's Kongsberg Defence and Aerospace for the Norwegian military, it was successfully tested off the littoral combat ship USS Coronado in 2014. Defense giant Raytheon became the US contractor for the missiles in 2018. Key to the Naval Strike Missile is its range of more than 100 miles, more than 30% farther than the Harpoon missiles the US Navy has been using in this anti-ship capacity. The ability to work with the helicopter drone enables the ship to target outside what its own surface radars can see. The Fire Scout drone gives the warship eyes over the horizon, said analyst Carl Schuster, a former US Navy captain. The targeting capability is as important as the missile system. You can only hit what you can find. And having it on the smaller littoral combat ships takes a burden off bigger destroyers and cruisers, which are designed more for open water combat and which have been stretched thin by current demands, said he.